Javier, I'm singing to you. Get in here. We got to start the show.
Kill me now.
We got to start the show.
Well, what do you play my fucking track? Oh, you got the music.
Yeah, it's going. We are going already. Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther, coming to you from Fort Worth, Texas. We've got another phenomenal show for you here on episode number 65.
That's close to 69.
We're getting so close to your episode, and we're gonna let him have it, right?
Oh, yeah.
69 is Javier's episode numero dos, right? It's your second full episode.
It's the Javier
only
cut.
right that I can
Hernandez
do
cut
this.
2.
part two.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We got 4 episodes. Yeah, it's forever.
Hey, is that when we put Robin on?
Ooh, that'd be a good episode to have
No,
Robin
we're not
on.
going to do that to Robin. All right. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier,
And I'm Tim.
and we are the Fort Worth Weekly Award-winning
Funky Panther! Why do y'all keep doing this to me?
first.
Why are you
first
looking
of
at me?
all-
I didn't do it.
Last week was the
2 weeks,
Esquire
2
things.
weeks, 2 weeks.
And then 2
Past
weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks it was Tim.
Yeah.
2 weeks it was
And then
Tim.
you, it's just not going to flow.
It's because the energy is drained out whenever he's like, off the cuff.
Okay, I need you to turn it right back up. We got to do this again. I just feel bad about it, just for everyone else.
Okay, hang on.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah. So sit back, relax.
No.
I'm not going to do the whole thing. Oh, I'm not going to do this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther. I am blah, blah, blah.
So yeah, let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm Chad.
I'm Jizzy Gillespie,
And I'm Tim.
and we are the
Funky Panther!
worst podcast in Fort fucking Worth.
Why can't you get this right? You literally have like
Fuck it, we'll do it live!
0. We are doing it live. We're doing it live.
We're literally live right now.
You have one responsibility.
Oh, really? Is it
and
already
it's to
8
say, and we are. That's like the thing you do.
Yeah.
And we
There's a
are
reason
the
why-
Funky Panther.
Okay. Well, remember when I said this was a phenomenal show for you tonight here on episode 65?
Dude, you said it every episode. Nobody believes us now. You've lost all credibility.
Sometimes I say fantastic and
When
not
I-
always phenomenal.
When I walked in to get this dilly, they're like, good job, boys. Way to go.
I'm sure they did.
and they said
Did
we
great.
lied
They
about
did.
you.
They did a slow clap.
Here's your award. Get the fuck out.
It was one
kidding.
person in the whole building. It was the janitor.
So Javier did stop by the Fort Worth Weekly today and got our nice framed print of them saying what we got on this last best of issue. So that was really
Breaking news.
Okay.
Oh,
The Cowboys just cut Jalen Smith.
did they?
Really?
They
Did
just
they?
cut Jalen Smith.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're
Fuck.
getting into sports here in just a minute, but cool. Thanks for the news. So, how's everyone been? What'd y'all do this weekend?
So we're finishing up the house. We've talked about
Oh my
that.
God, next.
Back on it. Hang on, real quick. I can't wait to have you guys over. Almost there. We're almost there. My contractor says he broke his foot,
Yeah.
and so he hasn't showed up at my house for like a
That's
week.
why you said that.
Did he
you
do
were-
it
you know,
on
didn't show
premises
up.
of your home? Are you now liable?
No, I'm not
Okay,
liable. He
that's good to
dropped a
know.
welding bottle on his foot or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
so not our problem.
Yeah, he might have actually been seen at Home Depot pushing a cart full of lumber. So he might be lying to us. We're not real sure yet.
So for those of you who don't know Tim, we've been friends for roughly 20, 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've been at Tim's house maybe 10 times.
Not conducive for entertaining, but this is all new house.
And
It's
so
ready.
we're all very stoked to start just like throwing crazy ragers
We're going to throw keggers.
at his house.
I've been there twice. Once whenever,
The one that we shall not name.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
the second time, my senior year, when
Your senior year.
John,
Oh, yeah.
and
it wasn't even my house.
Oh,
Chico
yeah.
lived there,
That's
and I
right.
was drunk, and I threw up in the side of the house.
yeah, that was before you even,
I didn't even own that house.
owned
then.
the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
I hope John was there too. He
Actually, I think we realized that I own the house next door to John. So
Oh yeah? So it was next door.
yeah, you were
Okay.
next door.
I was
so
there.
you were only there once.
Yeah.
at my house. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, we are excited about the house.
dude.
being
I'm
finished.
so.
I mean, everything that you've sent us seems, and you haven't sent us any recent pictures, so I'm
No.
looking forward to seeing what it looks like. But just like the open space, and
Yeah.
it seems like it's gonna be really awesome.
The only thing he
we're
sent
just ready.
pictures of us. The only thing you've sent us are pictures of your spread asshole.
Yeah, and that wasn't even about the house.
No, what's up?
What was that about?
Come on.
Y'all,
He said, "Look at the construction."
it's been
Look
under
at the bleaching they're doing in this.
it's been under construction for a long time.
Get a load of this. Remember that gag Jim
Yeah, I said
Carrey
that a lot actually.
Jim
Get a load of
Carrey-
this.
Jim Carrey used to do this thing with his butt. He'd like bend over and make it talk.
Yeah.
That was Tim. That was just
I sent a video. It was a GIF actually.
he was making it wink at us. It was so disgusting. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
And
I'm telling your mom.
I hope the executives of Fort Worth Weekly listens to this episode. That part.
we made a huge mistake.
They're going to take this back.
Retraction.
You're going to see it on the. That's how we're going to make front page.
Oh yeah,
The guys there were really nice about everything. They were so like congratulatory. They were very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Of course, they want us to brag about this as many times as we can.
Oh, yeah,
And I told them we've been bragging about it. I mean,
yeah, we're stoked.
it's really cool not to only get like a Reader's Choice
Yeah,
for
yeah.
was it a radio personality, but
Right.
Critics' Choice podcast. They didn't have Critics' Choice podcast last year, did they?
No, that one's kind of new, and that's why it was only one because it wasn't actually one of the options for people to vote for.
Yeah.
It was just something they threw in there. Which was
I
really
feel
neat.
like it was just we had a ton of people vote for us, and they're like, okay, we got to make a special category.
You know what's funny, and I know that this was well after the episode, but we had that conversation when Ben Ryan was on here. We're like, why is there a radio personality in the same boat as a podcast? Because they're not really the same thing.
Coincidence?
Kind of. I mean, it had to have been because this was probably in print when we had that episode.
I think I think Ben's got some pull.
Ben just called him up and was like, look,
You got to
got to
do
get
this.
my boys.
Listen here, Jack.
He
I
just
gotta go back in time and make sure none of y'all are here.
Ben had his
Murder. I don't know.
Ben had his last episode. He did his last
Oh, he
episode
did?
on the ranch. Yeah, he's
so
done.
that's
yeah.
a known thing now.
That is a known thing. Did the last episode.
Well, I don't know. I was going to say rest in peace, but like, he's not dead.
No, he actually
alive and well.
Much luck on your future endeavors. Good,
Yeah, man.
Good pal. I can't have you. I can't have you here again.
Why?
I was going to say I can't wait to have you back.
he
on,
stole a
but,
bunch of
you know.
stuff, man.
Oh, really?
He stole like my coal that I have in the other room, like for wood burning
Yeah.
and coal burning. And
Interesting.
He's actually so he plans on maybe continuing on with like a podcast or something along those lines, doing some MC work. You can still catch him over at the Panther Island Brewery.
Brewing.
Yeah. So he's got that going. And some,
you said
yeah,
MC work, like MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Is he going to be the new MC Hammer?
parachute pants and all.
Sick.
What does MC stand for?
Master of ceremonies.
Oh, okay.
Fucking loser.
I didn't know.
What's MC stand for? Look at me. I'm white.
All right, so
I feel like Master of Ceremony is the most white thing that
Not
you
when
could
you call it an
possibly say.
MC.
yeah, MC makes it cool.
Okay.
So
whatever.
Chad, what you got going on this past weekend?
Oh man, we went down to New Braunfels. Danny's birthday was last week, and so we went down to New Braunfels and hung out with them. Drank some beer, had some good food, and then we went to Fredericksburg to. I guess they had their Oktoberfest. I feel like I've been doing Oktoberfest for a month.
I know,
now.
and that's what I said. I didn't want to hear about it.
So I'll cut it short.
No.
But it was fun. It was hot. It was busy. It was packed. But drank a lot of beer. Had a good time.
Was it cool in Frederick? I mean, that Germantown, like one of the oldest German towns in Fort Worth, German settlement, have actual
In Fort
Oktoberfest
Worth?
there. Or I mean, Fort Worth in Texas.
Yeah, no, it was really
Yeah.
cool, and like Fredericksburg, it's much larger than our Fort Worth one, just because they have the entire town kind of open up, right? They did have a specific like area where you pay to get in, and you go and you can have like German foods and beers and stuff like that. But the whole town is basically like going Oktoberfest because you can just go to the restaurants or the breweries and stuff. Allstat Brewery is amazing, and they've got good German food there too. But I mean, it was fun. It was a good time. It was good seeing Danny, Courtney, and the two kiddos. Had not seen the new baby, and so that was really nice too. But yeah, it was a great weekend.
And you got something going on this weekend, right?
Shit, bro. I'm already in vacation mode. I'm like double fisting whiskey and beer over here.
Is that why you're wearing that shirt?
Yeah, this is my party shirt, bro. Doesn't it look like a party shirt? This is my party shirt.
It's your party shirt.
Yeah, we're going to fly out to Denver tomorrow. We're going to see Leon Bridges and Abraham tomorrow night at Red Rocks, which I'm super excited about because I've never been to Red Rocks.
I've been there, but never for a show.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, people jog and like work out.
I just went. I can't remember why, but we went by there just to look at it.
I went by there when I was going hiking.
Yeah.
When I was.
Oh yeah, there's some good hiking over in that area.
It really is.
sure.
It's really beautiful, and the great view from Mount Falcon. You can see all of Denver. It's pretty sick.
Mount Falcon, that's what it is. Yeah.
It's really.
We were trying to. We're going to like drink a lot, eat some, do some hiking in the Rockies, and Really excited. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
What'd you do this past weekend? Because you were sending us pictures. You were posting stories.
Dude, you were out and about.
On Saturday, I was in bed from like 1 p.m. until like 8, and then I decided, let's go do something.
Just crippling depression?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I've been coming off. It's been a week since I stopped taking my antidepressants. I got the brain zaps going right now.
Yeah.
It's a crazy feeling. So I just stayed in bed a couple hours, and then I went over to Second Rodeo Brewing over in the Stockyards. We tried going a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But they were closed for a special event. Have y'all been there?
No, still haven't. How was it?
Spot. It's pretty cool. I mean, over there, it seemed pretty tame. I thought it'd be kind of wilder, there's a lot of people over there. It's a really cool spot. My suggestion, if you're going to go a little early. Try to get a spot near the center. I love the ambiance of it. It's kind of like a backyard feel.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be outdoors, and then we saw it's actually just indoors made to look outdoors.
Yeah, it looks outdoors when you're there.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's got the inside and then and the back patio where we didn't go. We didn't go around the entire thing.
Oh, so there is an outside area.
Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
And so it's pretty cool. Upstairs, of course, it's kind of like being at school for lunch. They had those long tables in the breweries up there. You can do tours. I found out today. But a pretty cool spot. They have a little pre-made small bottles of cocktails. What's her name said to go check them out because they were pretty badass.
And it's like it's right off of that Mule Alley or whatever.
Yeah,
which is right down the street from Hotel Dries.
It's next to the side
That
saddle.
whole area's got so much stuff now.
Yeah, they have some other stuff opening too. Of course, you said Biscuit Bar over there. They got Hotel Drover. So we need to check that out. I heard the ambiance and the aesthetics.
Was it Drover
over
or
there.
Dries?
No, Dries is over there off of
Yeah, that's the new one with Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
over there off of near Dickies Arena.
That's
Drover.
right. Drover.
Drover's the one that it's really cool and it's really nice, but from my understanding, and I
Crazy
could be wrong,
expensive and not really worth staying the night.
it's not like a Texas owned company, like it's like a California owned company, but it looks very Texan. It looks
might
very
be
cool.
might be a Marriott.
It's what's it? Bonvoy. Yeah, Marriott. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Bonvoy chain, but it was a really cool spot. I can't. I went by myself, so I mean, I can't wait to go again with other people.
You did?
I did. I went by myself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was trying to buy pants. I was trying to go buy pants
What
at
day was
Richmond
that?
Mall Saturday night.
I was like, in the stockyards?
I was trying to buy some Wranglers, some nut huggers. But I was there Saturday. I was going to go buy jeans Saturday night.
There's still stores at Ridgemar?
Fuck no, I don't know. They're closed at 8:00. Who closes at 8?
There's when there's no stores.
Most
no
places.
They got JCPenney's and Claire's. I think that's all they have left.
Yeah.
But I decided, you know what? I'm just going to head over. We were talking about going. I checked it out.
We honestly should go. Like the three of us, we should go.
Ridgemar
Yeah, and just walk it and just be like,
It's just gonna be depressing.
Yeah.
probably.
Dude, we used to walk that mall and there was so much stuff going on. Like
know.
that was the place
There was
to
so
be.
much pussy over there.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but I don't like when you say that because we were children. And I don't want to go through the mall now and you say the same thing.
I mean, I worked there after when I was in college. I worked at T-Mobile. So, I mean,
Oh, yeah. You worked in the mall.
I did. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Met a bunch of cool people. But after I went to Second Rodeo, I went over to the new Fort Brewery in the Foundry District, right behind Daybreak Cafe, which is another local gem of Fort Worth. But I went over there. They were recently, they used to be over in Magnolia. They just moved over. It's still owned by the Kent and Churchill families.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Really cool spot. Next summer it's going to be popping. Their patio and their little band area. Their stage is pretty sick. It's pretty legit. So
Yeah, their old place is now Fort Liquor. They put bars
liquor
on
store?
Yeah, they put bars on the windows. It's a liquor store now.
cool.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Man, that was always such a cool place. I'm very much liked it when it was Chimera before it changed
it
to
was
Fort
really
Brewery.
good.
But that's sad that it's now a liquor store.
Yeah, that was the guest hangout was Chimera.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a liquor store,
No,
but
not
it's
at all.
such a cool place.
It's a
you
cool
know?
building.
Like the inside, the brick walls and everything.
Maybe it's a cool liquor store.
it could be, but
They put bars on the windows, so
Maybe it's also a whorehouse. You never know.
could be.
Could be. It's one thing we're missing here in Magnolia. It's whorehouses.
okay.
They used to be there.
No, I'm sorry. That's a wrong way to say it. A sex worker palace.
What else did you do this weekend?
Well, I'm just going to end it with Fort Brewery. Really good time. Great place to go. I still got brain zaps going
That's
on
all
right
right.
now.
That's
So
all right.
I'm kind of like, Sunday. Sports.
So you want to get right into that?
Let's get into it.
And now, for the first ever, actually, it's not the first ever, but we're going to call it this. Action Sports Now with Javier. Take it away, Javier.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Funky Panther, for having me. So first of all, let's get this real quick. I talked about breaking news at the start of the episode. Talked about the Cowboys cutting Jalen Smith. Very big surprise, of course. Like whenever we drafted him, it was a big gamble because he had a really weird leg injury where we didn't think he would even play. Still shocking last year. Well, the past couple of years, he's been doing big things with the Cowboys, but here recently, of course, it's been kind of dwindling down. We're going for like newer blood. Still don't know much about the cut, but if I find anything out during the episode, I will fill you guys in. Another thing in sports, the Rangers officially ended their season last night. I'm not going to tell you the score because I didn't really watch, nor did I care. The Rangers front office has sucked balls lately, so I'm just glad the season's over. It's time to rebuild. We've been rebuilding for like 10 years, so fuck me. What do you guys expect for the next season? I mean, I hope we really do big things. We've got to get rid of the manager. We've got to get rid of Jeff Daniels. John Daniels. I don't know. Anywho, what do you guys think about the upcoming season?
Anything could be better than this last season?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm ready for a team that I want to see.
This is the worst record we've had, I think, for like 30 years. So it's really good to kind of clean house. We've already fired a couple of coaches. Let's just tear everything down and not get rid of our good rookies. So let's talk back about the Cowboys. Cowboys recently played against the Carolina Panthers. Of course, going into the game, they were undefeated. We were 2-1. We won. I don't have the score in front of me, but I'll tell you what, it was a great fucking game. The first quarter was kind of scary because we had those fumbles and the mishandles of the balls, really unsatisfying. I hated it, but I think we're doing great things as an organization. Like I said, we're picking up more players, even though after we cut Jalen Smith, but I almost said Jalen Hurts.
I heard that this is a team that looks like they're ready to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and we've heard that every time we've gotten a good team going, but I think there is really big talk, and I think we can fill those shoes. I haven't seen a team like this since the start of Dak's career. But also, I mean, it's better because of the defense. Chad, what do you think? You're shaking your head no.
Yeah, no, I think that the defense is exactly why we're doing so well. I mean, Trayvon Diggs and we keep talking about him, but he had 5 interceptions now in the first 4 games, 2 in this game. Yeah. The dude is a beast. And it's not just him. He's the one that's like making the big plays, but we have an entire line that is just balling out of control, and we have not had that really in the past.
And that's not to mention everybody being hurt.
Right. Yeah. When we do have people that are hurt, and we still have that same dynamic that are working together and making the big plays. So yeah, loving it.
So the game before was a divisional game against the Eagles. Of course, we beat them single-handedly. Next week we play the New York Giants in another divisional game. I think here the next couple of weeks we're not going to be underdogs. I think up until we get to playing against the Chiefs, we'll see how they're going to do because they almost lost against the Redskins. A couple weeks back.
Not Redskins anymore.
Sorry, the Washington football teams.
Yep.
But I'm excited about this team. I mean, I think I was talking to Anthony about not being worried near the end of the game. I would always be at the edge of my seat and fuck, what are we going to do to fuck it up? And here we are, and I don't have to feel
I will say that we gave up a 22-point, we were ahead by 22 points in this game, and it got a little closer than I felt comfortable with there at the end. However, we got there for a reason. They still made those plays, and yeah.
Well, they marched up the field whenever Parsons was out for a player. I mean, I think they pulled him for health reasons, for him not to get injured. Right. And they marched up the field and scored a touchdown. So we got to be more careful.
Was it Parsons or Diggs?
Parsons. They pulled Parsons.
Oh, okay.
Because he's replaced DeMarcus Lawrence, I think. Yeah. But I'm very excited. We'll be talking more and more about the Cowboys as the season goes. Hopefully we keep it going. Go Cowboys. Another thing, too, I had a question from the TFTI podcast, not about the Cowboys, but of the Dallas Mavericks. Joe asks, Luka, it's a question about the Mavs. Luka wins one ring.
Luka wins one ring for Dallas and then leaves to a different team.
Okay, it's an option. It's a question. Does Luka, 1, win one ring for Dallas and then leaves to a different team? 2, Luka never wins a ring for Dallas but stays his whole career in Dallas. Which one do you think of the two?
Man, so I think that he might follow suit with Dirk and just become that's his team. I can see Dirk has kind of Dirk's kind of like a mentor, I feel, for Luka, and I feel like Luka probably looks up to the big German, and I could see him kind of pulling a Dirk there and actually winning a championship for the Mavericks and staying with us.
Chad, what do you think?
I think that we are a team that holds on to players that we know have talent like that and like our Dirk, right? And they're very similar. And I think that we're not going to let him go. And I do think that he's going to get a ring, and I do think it's going to be here. Could he have more rings elsewhere? Maybe. But I think he's going to get his ring, and he'll be here for a while.
I've always been against the fence on that. I think he's going to get a ring. I think he's going to get a ring here. But I think after his contract's up, he will leave. I mean, what you're seeing with super teams and the Lakers now, I think he's one to compete. I don't think he wants to be a great player full of great players. I think he wants to build, and now that's where I think that he'll stay. Yeah. I'm worried about the front office because these people from the old front office have known him since he was like 16 years old. And so whenever you get rid of everybody that you kind of grew up with to like something completely different, it does weigh on your mind a little bit. But I mean, we'll see. I'm excited about the new year. Luka's got something to prove after the Olympic run that he had. I was really hoping it would be a United States against Slovenia game, but I'm very pumped and proud that he's with us, and I can't wait to see whatever he brings. It's going to be very exciting. Thanks, Joe, for the question, and that is
Action Sports News Now.
Sorry it took so long. I swear to God, it's going to be a lot better later. Yes.
No, that was good.
That was good.
That was good, man. You did a lot of recapping. I'm actually really impressed with you.
Yeah, sports now is very exciting here. Dallas sports. We got Dallas Stars coming up too. They've already been playing preseason games.
I'm probably going to see them in Denver this weekend. Yeah, they're really playing the Avalanche on Saturday, and we're
Pepsi
talking about
Center?
going.
I think is that place.
No, it's called like something Hill. I don't know.
Build the Bear Arena.
Yeah, that's
what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, Jordan. Can't wait to have Jordan back on so we can talk more about the Stars.
Yeah, we're going to go to a game with her.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm down with that.
Yep. Now it's time for news with Tim. Take it away, Tim.
Thank you, Chadley. So news that's going around right now. You familiar with the country Papua New Guinea?
No.
Papua New Guinea is actually one of the poorest.
Did you say Papua New Guinea?
Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is one of the poorest countries in Asia, and Papua New Guinea says it was a terrible mistake to buy $5.6 million in cars to impress world leaders. So back in 2018,
did you say cars?
Yeah, cars. Back in 2018, they bought $5.6 million worth of Maseratis to impress world leaders. So if you'd like to pick up a Maserati that they're going to take a big hit on, low mileage, they're only going to be about $118,000. It's a few years old Maserati Quattraport. So yeah, that happened.
That made it in your news?
Oh yeah, I found it funny.
I found it funny you said Papua New Guinea like really fast.
Yeah,
I thought it was Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea.
Talking about someone's dad.
So something that you might be interested in that's happening in Fort Worth.
Yes.
One of the world's biggest anime conventions is headed to Fort Worth.
Oh yes, Anime Frontier.
Yeah, the Anime Frontier, world-renowned celebration known as Anime Frontier, scheduled to take place December 3rd through the 5th at the Fort Worth Convention Center. Mm-hmm. That's 1201 Houston Street, and will offer a jam-packed calendar of events. I'm not really into anime, but that might be worth.
I'm down to go. I'm not into anime either.
There have been anime conventions here, and I was over there at the Omni one day, and just see people in a bunch of cosplay. It's very cool to see. But I'm going to be there. I'll be there because some people from Dragon Ball Z are going to be there, so I'm pretty pumped.
So
cool.
Local ambulance company MedStar. Did you know that they actually take kids trick or treating?
No, I did not know that.
So
do they have to pay a lot of money to get on?
They don't have to pay anything, actually. Wow. So do you know if you know any kids who want to go trick-or-treating that has special needs, like medical needs or whatever?
This sounds kind of creepy.
We, as a MedStar Fort Worth ambulance service, is going to be hosting a special program for the 8th year in a row. Crews will take 1 or 2 children and their families out for Halloween in a Fort Worth neighborhood in a decorated ambulance.
Cool.
Very cool.
So that's coming up. So if you know anybody, contact MedStar.
Don't call 911.
Yeah, don't call 911. Just call the main office. Yeah.
I want to take my kid trick or treating.
Yeah, don't do that.
911's the wrong number.
Also, I got a knife in my throat.
So a question has been.
Then you call 911. Yeah.
A question has been brought up: is Fort Worth the next Great American Booze City? So, in fact, Texas is boasting more than 130 distilleries.
Texas as a whole.
Texas as a whole.
Wow.
So California, New York, Washington, in terms of its sheer volume of producers, like we're just trailing them. But we've got quite a few, and Fort Worth now has, a dozen or so distilleries that have popped up over the past few years. So, do you feel like we are the next Great American Booze City?
We very well could be. I think that like we're so far behind other states just because of our kind of conservative laws, distilling laws, things like that we had over the in the past. And then now that people can create these companies and they know that they can and like blow up like they have been. And we've got some fantastic. I mean, like you look anywhere else, and you like what's your vodka of choice? Generally, it's going to be Tito's.
Yeah, Tito's.
And that's from Austin, right?
Tripping Springs,
Deep Eddy.
Yeah,
Deep Eddy's a Texas brand as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then all of the great ones we have here in Fort Worth now. I mean, we've got tons. And TX, I think, is probably one of the larger brands that we have, but it's not. I don't think it's technically the best, in my opinion.
Well, if you want a good vodka, neutral spirit vodka, Acre Distilling.
Yep,
very good.
They've got award-winning vodka, gin, whiskey. I mean, they've got a great lineup.
Black Eye has great vodka too.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got some awesome choices. So drop the Tito's, stick local if you're here in Fort Worth. Mm-hmm. If you're in Dallas, cool. You can have some of our stuff too.
And give it a try. Like if you haven't yet and you don't even know it's available. I mean, I know we've mentioned a couple of, but we've got Acre, we've got TX, we've got, which is Firestone Robertson, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then we've got Silver Star, which is Trinity Distilling. Then we've got Black Eye. Then we have, did I say Blackland yet? I don't think I said Blackland yet.
You haven't said that yet. Yeah.
I think I'm missing one or two. Like we have so many that are so good. And they all kind of have their own niche.
And more are popping up. So
yeah, very cool.
I think it's pronounced niche.
It's not.
And to finish everything off, I've got some stuff that's going around here.
Is it herpes?
Yeah. What the hell, dude?
Some events are taking place here around Fort Worth.
crabs.
The Red Goose is having their burlesque review. Starts Friday, October 10th at 5:30 p.m. Ends Friday, October 10th at 8:30 p.m. That's at 306 North Houston Street in Fort Worth, Texas.
Red Goose is still a thing?
Red Goose is still a thing, yeah.
That's the first place I got drunk at when I was 17. I snuck up there with old Ruffner and my brother.
And that was a fun club.
It was absolutely fun. You had to go upstairs to have the best dancing and had a little drinky drink and played some pool and danced.
Back then, though, it was like there was a shoe store downstairs, right?
Yeah.
And then it became like a barbecue joint, right?
No, it used to be back in
Juveniles.
the day.
It was Juveniles,
Red, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Slow motion filming.
Keith and Margot's Murder in Sundance Square. There's a murder mystery.
It's a murder.
Starts Friday, October 10th at 5 p.m. Ends at 8 p.m. That's 334 West 3rd Street, Fort Worth, Texas. It's a murder in Sundance Square Mystery Dinner Theater where you are part of the action, both as investigator and suspect. That'd be a lot of fun to go to.
Yeah.
Town and Country opening reception. That's November 11th at 3 p.m. Ends at 6 p.m. same day. 111 Hampton Street. Art Space 111 presents Town and Country, the art of Douglas Blagg and Susan Gentling. So you can come out there for open reception on November 4th for that as well, from 5 to 8. And that's pretty much the main things that are happening in downtown. So
very cool.
Kind of a little revival in Sundance Square trying to happen, it seems like.
Yeah.
And we really need that. And I shared something with y'all
herpes
earlier, right?
What is with you?
What is with you with the herpes? Is it the brain stuff?
crabs.
Is it the brain stuff? Is it those brain issues you have?
You sound like a stupid.
All those places that are just they're shutting down. Swiss Pastry Shop.
Oh,
no longer going to be open for lunch because they can't get enough workers.
Goddamn communists.
And I understand it. There's other alternatives. Someone put in the comments that people are realizing that I can go work at Amazon or go work at a warehouse job and make better money than a server might and get benefits. And people are assholes. So
people are assholes.
Just to finish this news off, I'm sorry that they're closing. They're still going to be open for dinner. They're going to have some chicken salad and stuff like that during lunch. You can stop in and just pick up, and you still get your Black Forest cake and all that stuff, which is absolutely delicious. But please go in there and try to support them if you can. They're a Fort Worth staple, and I sure would hate to see them go.
Time.
And that was News with Tim. Take it away, Chad.
Great to hear it, man.
Take them away, toys. Take them away, boys.
Great job with that news, Tim. That really made the segment the greatest part of the show.
I like to think so.
I think I want to Kill myself.
So have y'all? What are y'all's thoughts on the social media blackout of 2021 that happened yesterday?
I find it ironic, and maybe coincidental that it came after a whistleblower was named, and was on 60 Minutes talking about how Facebook knows that they spread hate, and they only block 5% of it, roughly, and they know they're good at it. They actually that's in one of the documents. They said that they know they're good at spreading hate.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't catch the 60 Minutes.
The lady put I didn't catch her name. She copied over a period of years, like thousands. I
think it was like 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 documents, and leaked it all. So, and then all of a sudden, there's this fucking blackout on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Yeah.
So if you're not on those social media platforms, on Monday, October 4th, for like, I don't know, 8-10 hours, all things Facebook were just down. So Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, which are all owned, and Oculus, I believe,
Oculus
are
VR,
all owned by Facebook. They were just down, and no one really knew why. You'd access the app and they just wouldn't refresh, and you thought, oh, okay, I'll come back later maybe, and it still would be down. And then people were like digging into it, and they realized that like, okay, if I go to facebook.com, it shows that it doesn't exist. And so there was some kind of thing with the DNS server, which is where basically where Google connects your like server address to your website. It just didn't exist.
Yeah, someone should have went in there with the DNS server and like changed it to go to some like fucked up website or something. That's what they should have done.
Well, and so I don't think people still don't know if this was like an attack, which to your point, it seems like it could be, right? Because
I mean,
so soon after that,
it definitely could be.
Or if it was just like a huge screw up, because you could actually, for a while, and I don't know, they had to have caught it, but you could actually go on websites and it said facebook.com is for sale. Yeah. Like it was actually available.
Should have bought that up,
bro. You can't afford it. There's no telling how much it was up for. But that's crazy.
Well, so the cyber attack is one thing, but also like I could see it as distraction. Mark Zuckerberg's in there like, fucking delete these files.
Yeah, let's just shut it all down. Like it was like, of course, if you're, Facebook.com for a consumer, we can't get to our like profiles and our pictures and all that kind of stuff. But for employees, they couldn't even like get into the building.
They couldn't get out of the building.
Their credentials were shut.
They were just kind of stuck because
those places, so your data centers for like Facebook and stuff like that are very, very secure because they house data clearly, right?
Right.
But like people's personal information. So they keep those things. There's no windows on them. They keep it like really thick walls so it can withstand storm damage, stuff like that. And they keep it really secure. It's like trying to, break into like a bank almost.
Right.
And these people are stuck inside.
But like their user interfaces, right? Like for us, again, from a consumer, we know what we can see. But for the business perspective, like they have got all these internal sites that still use facebook.com, right? So when that's down, they can't get into their own files or their own, like use their own key card because nothing works. It's just crazy.
Christy says it was actually kind of nice.
So yeah, right? Like
it was weird at first. I was like, I can't see what people are doing.
Right.
Well, people were going from one to another. So like the big thing on Twitter, I mean, it was trending because there was Twitter and Reddit were some of the only ones that were open.
TikTok.
Yeah. But McDonald's really took reign of everything and they had everything viral going on with it. Like
McDonald's?
Yeah, it was really weird. If you go back through their threads, they're like, all right, who needs anything? And, Twitter was like, I need 56 million chicken nuggets for some friends. That's how many followers are on Twitter. I thought it was pretty cute. It was pretty cool.
That's nice.
But then other people started chiming in, like other companies. It was really cool. And then somebody was talking shit like, fix your fucking ice cream machine, sons of bitches.
Who is it that says kind of Chuck E. Cheese internet?
Oh, Chuck E. Cheese internet?
Was it Soto? I think it's Soto. Yeah. What kind of Chuck E. Cheese internet you got going over there?
Yeah, but it was kind of interesting, right? Like like I mentioned, the first couple of times you get on there, you like pull down on the screen to refresh it, and then it doesn't refresh, and then you're like, okay, well, there's nothing to see here, and I backed out.
I had flashbacks, man. I thought my shit got deleted.
Not again.
Dude, I'm not going to lie, man. It didn't refresh because that's what it did before, and then all of a sudden then the app shut off, and it was just like, yeah, you can't log in. I was like, what did I fucking do? Did they catch on that I'm back? Like, what happened?
Right. But like when you refresh and it, nothing happens, and you just like get out of the app, and then you go back about whatever you're doing for the day. And so I feel like I probably gained at least an hour of productivity because I wasn't just like scrolling. I would like click on it, go back to work or work around the house, whatever I was doing.
But when you first like saw it wasn't working, did you like force close the app and go back? And then
Of course I did.
And then you did it a couple times, right?
I
Just
put
to
on
check?
airplane mode, turn off airplane mode, make sure it
same
wasn't my
thing.
network.
Dude, I even checked to see if it needed update.
Dude, it's a drug. I mean, it's a fucking drug.
Bro, I got to show you how to turn on that auto update. Bro.
I've got the auto update, but I was just like, maybe I shut something off. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're right, man. It is a drug, and it's funny. So whenever all that happened, I've got this new guy on my truck, and I asked him because we're about the same age. I was like, "What do you think about like kids, like teenagers, like these days?"
Yeah, get on with the
Listen to me, like teenagers these days that are on all the social media. Like we didn't have that growing up, and so his whole thing was like, "Have you ever seen a teenager's Snapchat like thread back and forth?" I was like, I mean, not really. He's like, dude, it's not even pictures of anything. It's like pictures of their forehead with maybe like a couple of letters on, the thing, and they're sending back and forth. And it's that instant gratification. I feel like that's what we all love. We love that instant gratification. We've become, like I can instantly put a photo on there and someone's going to like it. He brought up a good point. Instead of doing an album, you put individual photos of your trip because you can like a whole album or you can like each individual picture. And so you get more likes, and all that stuff goes back to that instant gratification. But then on the other side of it, you're looking at life through like rose tinted glasses. You're only seeing the social media side that people want to put up, and you don't actually see what their life's like, really what their life's like. It's like those Instagram models that wear all the makeup and look pretty on there and everything. But what do they look like when they're not on Instagram? They look like a normal person, but we're only seeing one side of it. So it was nice kind of getting away from that for that brief period of time and just enjoying
I want to say 2 things. One, we did kind of have social media. Like, I know that we didn't have texting until we were, 14, 15, but we did have instant gratification.
We were restricted.
We had websites, we had GeoCities, text messages, Zango, MySpace. Like, we had things.
It wasn't the same. You had to, like,
I agree, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
But it was our outlet. So just to say that it was not as free and flowing as it is today, I agree with you. But we did have an outlet. We did have stupid shit that we were saying and doing and sending forehead pictures to each other, like in text message. We just get in trouble because our mom got, she only had the 100 text message plan, and you went like 1,000 text messages over, and you get in trouble for it. There was a difference, but it still happened.
Well, the first bit of anxiety I think we ever experienced was, I think, AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
And with your away message or like checking to see, just to get you'd put it away just to see who would message you, and you would be
That's a fantastic point.
You'd be anxious. You'd be anxious for that person you had a crush on to like say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Or like,
I feel like I never like had that feeling, but it's hard to remember back. Like look back at that.
When you think that far back, that was our first instance of anxiety with social media.
I spent 30 minutes trying to think of what I wanted to put in my away message so that people, like, I wanted to know what people's perception was of my away message. Like you put so much thought into it.
Which
Yes,
song am I going to quote?
I put I just quoted music and that was it.
BRB, taking a dump or something like that.
No, never did that.
No, like, music lyrics or like,
but it always meant something.
Yeah,
like it was like, someone's going to read this and know what I'm talking about.
It's like the, what they call it? I
was probably quoting the Alkaline Trio or something like that, to be honest with you.
I was quoting Rilo Kiley. No, it's like, on Facebook when people are like, some people just don't understand what I'm going through, or, just being dramatic, and you're like, bitch, just fucking say what you're trying to say. Like, don't. I
say
think
say what you mean.
Yeah. Say what you mean to say. Say what you mean to say.
So, I mean, so you'd put quotes into
song quotes.
So the segue into the next, next thing. But did you put like movie quotes or anything like that, or was it always?
I had 2 things.
You still want to go on that? Okay,
I said one thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But still, though, it's really good. I just thought about it whenever you were talking about like, we were talking about mental health with that too.
Yeah.
That was our first social media. Really didn't exist when we were young. We had AOL, but that was our thing.
Right.
Like, that was
right.
Yesterday, I went from this, like, I could kind of see it within myself, go from this period of like, well, it doesn't work. It'll come back in a little bit. And then it never came back. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then you see everyone else saying, oh, it's down. You're like, oh, well, that's weird. but I never got stressed about it. In fact, I got to the point where I was like, oh, I don't need this. It'd actually be nice if we didn't have this. Like if there was like a social media day every month where we only had social media for one day out of the month.
It's like the purge only for a month.
Yeah. You get what you need out. You like talk to who you need to.
I don't know, man. That's
on.
too much. Maybe there's one day a month where there's no social media. Like they turn everything off.
Bro, I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I could seriously do this for weeks and enjoy it. But then another few hours later, I was thinking, well, how do people know when the podcast, when we're live? Well, how are we going to talk to people on the, that are, communicating with us on the podcast?
Natalie
That's
brought up
where my mind went was the podcast.
Yeah, Natalie brought up a good topic, I guess, on that is, so what about the people that make their living off of social media?
Yeah.
And, she's one of them.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, sorry.
I thought about that too. Like we're very fortunate that we don't have a complete revenue stream based off of something that could be out like that for no reason, right? I mean, you could get fired. Yeah, something could happen to you, whatever it may be. But like if someone forgot to put the right DNS server or whatever it is, right, in there, and all of a sudden you lose out on a lot of money, that's crazy.
That is crazy. So did you ever put movie quotes on your stuff though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never quoted movies. I literally probably only quoted like songs, or they had didn't Instant Messenger have like preset like BRB things like that. Yeah,
you could create them. You can create.
Well,
your own.
They had preset, and
I think I probably had some presets or whatever.
Yeah, me too.
Like you would color the background. It would be like baby blue, and you'd have like emojis on there.
I don't remember that.
You don't?
No, I remember just being like a basic background.
No, you can edit it. You can have a black background with white lettering and like emojis.
You are kind of a basic bitch, though.
You are a basic bitch.
What's funny is I remember. So what your screen name was Chad SPK?
Yeah,
just
before it was leading blindly.
But it was just Chad SPK, right?
Yeah.
What was yours?
Mine was X99 Gorillas 99X, like the band Gorillas.
Yeah.
Mine was Tim FX 555, and I have no idea.
We remember.
I thought it's because you like no effects.
Yeah, I did
It
too.
might have been.
I thought that's why you had it like that.
It might have been, or just like special effects. I don't know.
So you're talking about movies.
Yeah.
Let's kind of move away from the social media stuff. We've been talking, well, we haven't really talked about movies and shows and things like that in a while. And there's so many shows coming back and so many movies coming out that it's probably a good idea to start chatting about it, right?
Okay.
So what are some of your favorite like shows and movies that are either out right now, or let's start with what's out now, and then we'll get what we're excited about coming out.
So I was late to the game, started watching Ted Lasso.
Oh my God.
So I watched the whole first season, like binge watched that. Jesse and I did. Binge watched the second season up until we were
last episode's on Friday.
Yeah, so up until we had to wait for the episodes to come out. All right, let me ask you: do you like the episodes coming out like once a week?
Oh yeah, totally.
Or would you rather be able to binge watch it?
I like being able to look forward to something, or else you are just going to binge it, and then you're like,
that was the issue I had with like Orange is the New Black, is I would just binge the crap out of it, and then
we're all Netflix shows. They all came out at once.
We didn't pace ourselves, and it's over. And whenever the season finale of that happened, like the series finale, I was just like, that's it. Yeah, and you kind of feel devastated. I watched it all in like 3 days, So
there's a reason that Ted Lasso's won so many awards. Like, it's such a phenomenal.
I didn't know what
show.
I didn't know what to expect from it. I didn't know what it was, but I like him. What's his face?
Jason Sudeikis.
I like Jason Sudeikis, and the whole entire cast is amazing.
It's funny.
The character development is great.
You got drama.
Yeah.
It gets dark. Like, it's got all of the things you want, but it's just like so precise in the way it puts it together.
Yeah, if you got Apple TV, 100% you need to watch it.
Yeah,
because it's not just a sports movie, and that's what I was like. Or sports show, and I was afraid it was just going to be all about sports, and I'm like, and I do like sports.
Hardly about soccer at all, really.
Right?
Yeah,
it's about the
you get to know what relegation is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I forgot who I was talking to. We need to do relegation here in the States, like with baseball and like football, because the Rangers would be relegated.
Oh yeah,
they'd be down to fucking AAA.
But then they have a reason, like something that, like, we've got to work for this. Like, get back into the league where we need.
Do we do that? Do we do that with our soccer teams here, or is that just
no?
That's strictly
it's just strictly Premier League.
Premier League, okay.
UEFA over there overseas. I'll have to ask Micah because I can't think of any teams that have been. There's no underling to like
right. FC Dallas or whatever.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah.
Nothing that I can think of.
There needs to be, though. I mean, I think that money, people just think about the money. Like, are we pulling in money? Who cares about the team?
Dude, that would be good. I mean,
Like, they need to think about how well the team's
Rangers.
doing.
that
Rangers.
that makes me think about how college football. Well, up until now, you can cash in on your name or whatever.
Good on them, by the way.
Yeah, agreed. I love that.
That they cash in on their name.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, I don't necessarily like that, but I also like the idea like college football. Those guys are really because they want to go big time.
Yeah.
they're in it to go NFL, right? And so they're playing their heart out. They want to get scouted by an NFL team, and that's what I really like about college football.
You don't like that they can cash out on their name?
No.
I do because like they took away Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy for like getting money, like kickbacks. Like what happened to the good old days of getting your Heisman Trophy taken away for killing your wife?
I think save that. I think save that for the NFL.
No, because like a lot of kids, the percentage of people going to the NFL is slim to none.
All right.
You're looking at the top tier 5%, like of kids getting in there, like the people that Raphael or like some of the other small businesses here that are like sponsoring kids. I mean, those kids really don't get shit. Like they get fed, they don't get fed right. Like, I mean,
They get their college paid for generally. They get their housing. But when you think about the amount of money that they are making that school from like ticket sales, from like shirt sales, jersey sales, all that kind of shit, and they're getting nothing, that's not cool. Like if you, like, I think that, okay, me playing gets me paid
I mean,
more
can
to
you
go to school.
Can you buy a shirt that's got the player's name on? I've never bought college.
I think
gear.
you can do that. You can buy it now with the names on the back. The ones that have the names on the back of them, they can profit off of their name.
Well,
The football budget, in most colleges overtake that of anything for the college, like for academics. Like you're having every scholarship set out for sports. It's not really academics anymore.
You got to separate the team and the player too, right? Like that's why a lot of these leagues have got your team branded, right? Like if I played for the Cowboys, I couldn't just go make money off of Cowboys gear, right? I make money off of my name because of my name is my brand. That's something that I have created, and I might be on commercials, I might be on whatever, but it's my name that I'm making money off of. I'm not making money off of TCU for playing TCU, but I should be able to make money because I'm a badass quarterback. And realistically, that's going to drive you to be even more of a badass quarterback, right? Because
it's going to give you an incentive to stay in school.
And that, right? Because now they just want to get out as fast as they can so they can make that money.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Like-
I mean, you say that a lot, though. Make that money.
You motherfucker.
MTM is basically my holy grail of sayings.
That is your saying, yeah.
What other shows? What other shows?
I mean, that's the only one I've been really watching. I haven't really. We started watching old shows. I haven't watched any new shows.
Okay.
I'm interested in probably checking out the Clickbait.
Oh,
I've heard that's pretty
I haven't
good.
watched that. Have you seen that?
Clickbait.
with Adrian Grenier.
Yes.
Yeah. So I kind of want to watch that. Maybe.
Vinny Chase.
Yeah,
From Entourage.
Entourage on HBO.
I've been watching Squid Game. I finished the other day. Holy shit, that show is taking Netflix by
I didn't
storm.
know anything about it. I just saw a bunch of it on
intense.
TikTok.
It's very crazy.
Like I've seen people. It's like playing Squid Game on TikTok. How to get a Texan out on Squid Game.
It's very battle royale esque, like the Japanese movie Battle Royale, but instead of like broke motherfuckers, it's kids, like students. You know, they're fighting to survive. This is the same concept.
Okay.
They're playing childhood games, which when you think about it, like how far in are you?
I've watched the whole thing now.
Okay, yeah. So like
Yeah,
you
don't
haven't
give it-
seen
I haven't
anything,
seen it yet.
but
Yeah.
the games they play, like you're like, well, one example is tug of war. Like, yeah, you know, you play tug of war, but we know, whenever
the
you
loser
lose,
falls into the pit.
Yeah,
Like
Nice. Okay.
holy shit!
Okay,
Like
cool.
you smash your brains and holy fuck.
But it's jacked up, but it's got like an entire backstory that really gets you involved in not just one of the players, but multiple players. And you don't want to see any of them lose, but you also kind of assume that there's going to be like one winner. And so like you're so vested in what's going on. I didn't think I was going to like it because I don't like having to read subtitles.
Yeah.
You can do it English though. You can do English dub.
But I did, yeah. I watched it English dubbed, and I was able to kind of like do things around the house and also watch it. And yeah, I ended up just sitting down and like being.
Yeah,
super
maybe I'll
focused
check
on
it out.
So the concept of it is the rich using people in debt for their pleasure. It's dark yet an awesome show.
Christy said, "Do you hear the PlayStation sound when you see the shapes on the card?"
Yes.
It's funny
Yeah,
because
it looks exactly
it's
like
triangle,
it.
square, circle.
Yeah.
They're just missing the X. Yeah, that's funny.
It's very sweet. What I'm printing right now is a Squid Game mask.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I want to fucking sell that. I think I can sell for like $75.
That'd be pretty cool, man.
So it's going to take like a day to finish, but Christy told me like I should print something like a Squid Game mask out. So it's going to be pretty cool. Chad, how about you? What show have you been?
A couple of shows that I'm not like super vested in. Like I got really into Squid Game, and I watched 2 episodes with Danny over the weekend when I was down there, and I just watched all of them like when I had time over the past couple of days. But some other ones that I just kind of watch when they're on, or not when they're on, but when I have time. Sex Education. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah,
on Netflix?
I haven't started the new season, but Tammy's already finished it. She loves it.
It's 3 seasons. It's really good. It's like this British
4, right? I thought this is the 4th season. No, 3rd. Yeah, you're right. Third season.
It's like this British show. These kids that are in high school, and then this kid's mom is like a she's a therapist, sex therapist. Like she's like a therapist that specifically talks about like sex, really. And he's kind of picked up that like focus, and he kind of creates a side gig at school. But I don't know. It's good. It's funny. And they've got some British, dry humor and stuff in there too. But it's a pretty good show to watch.
So,
not great, but it's good.
Is she like the Sue Johnson Sunday Night Sex Show? Did y'all ever watch that on like, Channel 27?
I mean, no, but I think I know who you're talking about.
I used to listen to Loveline like at midnight.
So that one's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
One that I do really like that I've already watched all of that have come out is Atypical.
Yeah, man.
I know that we're all kind of a fan of Atypical, right?
That was the last season, and I'm really
ever.
Yeah.
No,
That's it. They canceled it. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
sad.
I'm sorry to break your heart.
It's a very like thoughtful and like I don't know. It hits you in your feels.
Yeah, I mean, so if you know someone who's on the autism spectrum, it really like it's nice to see that like highlighted.
Not to mention the actors too. They have some some of the actors on there.
But it was great to see that, just like because it kind of puts you in a. It doesn't make light of it. It doesn't show you every aspect of it, but it kind of gets you in that mindset of like maybe what some of these people have to actually go through.
Better understanding, right?
Better understanding. Yeah. So it was, great show. What's the comedian that's in that?
Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah. I loved him in
that. It's a
very different person
than what he is in real life.
Yeah. If you really thought he was a sweet guy, I wouldn't recommend
getting on his Twitter feed or listening to a show.
But if you understand how he is, then go for it. He's the guy who does that. Ma, the cat. It looks like grandma. Fucking cat.
So those are all kind of the Netflix ones. I know that there's some on HBO. Not any really that's out now, except for Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which I like to watch every now and then. I started watching Doom Patrol. Have y'all seen Doom Patrol?
I want to, but I didn't for the long. Titans 2, I want to check that out as well.
It's not super great, but it's like 3 seasons in, and there's some good actors in there. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go. So I'm a few episodes in. It's all right. I'll probably stick with it though.
I hear Titans though. You should check out if you're into that. I think it's like a lot more gritty. There's a lot of fuckery in that.
Doom Patrol kind of reminds me of a mix between what's that show on Amazon Prime that was so good?
The Boys?
Yeah, it's kind of that dark superhero feel, but they're just a lot like less powerful, or they just got like some crazy shit going on.
Yeah,
but it's pretty good. I feel like the best shows though are on Apple TV. Like you've got Ted Lasso, which I love, right? Then you've got Newsroom, which just started up with the second season.
You mean the morning show?
Yeah, sorry, the morning show. Newsroom was the one on HBO back in the day.
That was a great fucking show. I wish that were still on right now.
Yeah,
if we needed a show now, it'd be the Newsroom.
We needed a couple of years ago, but we could use it now still. Yeah, such a great show. But yeah, you're right. The morning show is back for the second season. It's such a good show, and it just we're like 2 or 3 episodes in. Mm-hmm. Truth Be Told, I know I told Jesse about that one. Have y'all seen that yet?
I haven't watched that one yet.
Shit, that one's great. So it's about this podcaster who talks about it's like a crime podcaster.
Yeah.
But like shit's actually happened in her life, and she's like basically podcasting it as it's happening.
Oh, well.
And so
weird.
We're into the second season, and the second season has got, I can't remember the actress's name. She's the blonde. I can't think of her name. But she's a big deal too. Really good actors and actresses in that one too. And then Home Before Dark we've been watching, which is kind of cool too. I didn't think I'd get into it because it's about this little girl that's solving crimes.
Oh. No, not the one I was thinking about.
But it is actually really good. Like it's pretty cool.
I started a new show, and I didn't know if it just came out or not, so I had to look it up to make sure. 10-Year-Old Tom. It's a cartoon on HBO Max. So it's a young boy learns to deal with all the bad influence and grown-ups around him.
Oh.
Is this a children's show?
No.
Is this like Dirty Mouth?
Children's show.
Dude, it's
Big Mouth?
Yes, it's similar like Big Mouth or something like that. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It was pretty funny. Jesse didn't really get into it, but I enjoyed it.
Your kind of humor.
He wants to do good in baseball. Like the first episode, he wants to do good in baseball. He's trying to pick between or do well. Sorry, he's trying to pick between being in band and playing the bassoon and having to play baseball, and he's being forced to choose. And so he goes and plays baseball, and his bus driver takes him to go get drugs. To start juicing.
Very cool.
Yeah,
What?
it's funny.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, I finished What If on Disney Plus. It's the Marvel,
Dude.
the Marvel and
Yeah.
cinematic universe tie-in. If you've been watching here lately, if you watched Loki and WandaVision, this kind of coincides with it because it talks about the multiverse, like what if, like different types of scenarios. Like, what if T'Challa was picked up by Yondu in the Guardians of the Galaxy? Or, like, what if, like, the zombies, like Marvel zombies happen? Like, stuff like that. Very cool concept. I think this ties in with the future movies, like Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange. What's the multiverse one? I don't know. I got a fucking brain zap.
What do you think about the multiverse situation?
I mean, are you talking about just in general?
In general, like all, now that the stories have kind of essentially ended, and now we're getting into this multiverse. Now we're creating this whole new.
Okay, you're talking about that kind of multiverse versus like, are we living in a multiverse?
We can talk about that here in a second, but I'm specifically talking about the Marvel multiverse.
Man, I'm interested to see how some of the lesser known characters play out, just to kind of get maybe more backstory about different things. So it's going to be neat to just see that progress.
Have we talked about that on here? Or,
no,
we haven't talked about the multiverse.
Not really. No.
Okay.
So just to see it more, like a more progression with some of these lesser known characters would be really, really cool. The Venom, there's a new Venom.
Yes,
that just came out.
if anybody's seen Venom and
seen it yet.
they've seen the post credits, it like shows you. Fuck.
Well, it's like talking about
just watch it.
Yeah, just watch it. But it's like talking about the Loki show. You know, there's and this is not giving away anything, but they're in a place, and there's been this theory that the place they're in is basically where Ant-Man goes in whenever he shrinks down, it's like the
quantum realm.
Yeah, the quantum realm. So there's a theory that that's actually the quantum realm because you see the city and place that Loki's taking place at.
Right.
In the quantum realm, in Ant-Man 2, you see that in the background in the quantum realm. So there's a lot of little tie-ins, and I think that's really cool that all these things are starting to kind of intertwine a bit.
So about that, have you seen What If?
I have.
So like in every part of What If, in each reality, Tony Stark is dead. Tony Stark's dead in each one. Mm-hmm. So if you've seen Loki, the little blip in time that's like the irregular part, and every single one that's constant, Tony Stark is dead. So in every multiverse, Tony Stark has to die for that little branch of reality to keep going.
Okay, yeah.
Very crazy.
I think that it's really cool that they can branch off of this story and essentially do anything and everything they want to do and just blame it on the multiverse, right? Yeah. Like, oh, it's just different. They can, I mean, like the new Spider-Man movie, having the old Spider-Man characters in that movie and just go, oh, it's part of the multiverse. Like that's pretty neat concept, right? However, I also think it's kind of a cop-out because like now they can have infinite movies. They can do whatever the hell they want.
That's how they're bringing Deadpool. They're bringing Deadpool in that way.
Yeah, like dude, that makes me fucking pumped because Deadpool's my favorite.
Right. So, I mean, it's genius, but it also seems like they just use like a wild card and they can do whatever the hell they want with any Marvel show or movie.
But this was done in the comics, though. The comics before, there was like Secret Wars that happened. There was a part where all of like kind of with the animated one, into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Same concept. A bunch of Spider-Men get together to fight one common enemy. It's the same thing that they're doing here
It's
with
Rick and Morty.
It is. It's Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's what it is. If you've seen Rick and Morty, it's the Citadel of Ricks. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That's that you did
And so
everything.
and so every single character in Marvel, there is multiple versions of that character. So I mean, dude, we got a Rick and Morty situation, really, and it's I kind of dig it. I like it.
So Einstein talked about there being a possible multiverse with us.
Yeah, you start looking at like string theory and quantum physics and all that stuff. Yeah, it gets really crazy.
Like there's a reality where I'm dating Emma Watson.
Could be.
Maybe.
Like I'm plowing her.
Maybe, but it could also
with
be
consent.
that blip that never happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I mean, and there's been some conspiracy of people talking about how like the things that have happened in life recently in the recent years, all this crazy shit is because we've like jumped, like something happened, and we're just not aware of it. We've jumped into a different string.
I don't think we have, but I think that it's possible that we could.
Yeah, maybe.
When you were talking about ghosts last week, and you were like, "Do you believe in that?" I was like, "No," but I believe that someone jumped into time and whispered in someone's ear. Like I would believe that over a ghost.
So I believe like more of like energies left behind when someone
You mean
dies.
like an interstellar situation?
Yeah.
Where gravity, you're in the fourth dimension and you're intertwined with gravity.
Yeah, that's where we go.
That could be the explanation. Like you know how Ben heard that noise. Or
That's where we go. We go into that fourth dimension.
Right.
You know,
that actually makes a little bit of sense.
yeah, it's not that it's like ghost. Ooh, I'm a ghost. You know, it's more of a,
I don't like that. I don't like what you did there.
but like maybe this going into this alternate reality. I mean, Reddit's full of them, and I'm not going to go through this, but I'd like to. I'm going to post this on our description because there's seven true stories, or as true as it can be, I guess, because it's someone saying, "Oh yeah, this really happened." But 7 true stories from Reddit that hint that the existence of alternate realities. I mean, we look at Matt Groening or whatever from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
he's predicted so much shit. So there's got to be something going on with that. There's got to be.
I don't mean to jump in here, but Stark brought up simulation. Simulation. Are we in a simulation? Like simulation.
You're talking
theory,
about like the Matrix.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like simulation theory is a whole, which they got into that in on Ted Lasso. Beard talked about.
Yeah.
So we can't be, because if we're in a simulation, there's too many people talking about simulation. The next thing you know, the agents are going to get you. So no, I don't think
what
we
if
are.
that's they want you to think there is, but you only think, you don't investigate.
That's another movie I want to watch.
Shit.
Free Guy.
I saw it.
Yeah,
Very good. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, Jesse watched it. I think did she watch it with me? I think she did. Maybe she did.
Because that's a simulation, basically, right? Like you don't know what's going on.
There's a cameo in there that I loved. It was like a split-second cameo, but it was fucking perfect.
I want to I'm gonna have to watch that.
I got it on bootleg.
Dude, I haven't watched any good movie, and so I don't want to jump subjects.
No,
we were talking about movies and shows. I haven't seen. There's been like no good movies this year. I feel like, I haven't watched a whole lot.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's been a lot of letdowns.
No, I think a lot.
Back to time travel.
Well,
Tim.
I think a lot of it has to do with just COVID and all that stuff. It's harder to.
I think we should talk about butt play.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Tim,
in an alternate reality. That's not going to happen here.
Tim, move on, please. Before he takes this somewhere.
Yeah, but we start talking about like the whole time travel stuff, though. I mean, Matt Groening's got to have. He figured out a wormhole.
Okay.
And he's going into either the alternate reality, and he's showing us like Futurama. Dude, Futurama is what's going to happen in the future. That's it. We're going to start like if we live that long, if we freeze ourselves and wait 500 years, that's what we're going to see. Is Futurama.
Okay. You know, the concept I'm scared about is there's no time travelers because we are extinct, and that we never got the chance to perfect time travel. We just died. We died out.
No, we're not going to die out before time travel.
No.
Does
it? I mean, they've already got a theory of like warp drives and all that stuff, and that's actually warping gravity versus if you we've talked about this before. You got a sheet of paper and you bend it.
Yeah, I watched
a sheet of paper and you bend it.
This is deja vu? Did we?
Yeah, we talked about that.
I don't know.
I fucking love that stuff though.
Did you have more things on your Reddit stories?
No, I've just had that. It was just 7 true stories. I mean, people talking about deja vu. Running into other family members that had the same name, but maybe it actually was you. You just, you saw yourself kind of deal. because it's alternate universe or whatever. It's all those pictures that you've seen from like the 40s where there's looks like a dude's holding a cell phone talking or has sunglasses on that weren't invented at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of unexplained things. You start looking at the old people that look like there's pictures that look like Nicolas Cage.
Or
And
Keanu
they say
Reeves.
they say Nicolas Cage is a vampire because there's a picture that looks like him from the 1700s or Pharrell, same deal. There's got to be something to it. They call it a doppelganger, but maybe it's not. Maybe there's.
Herbie mentioned, what if the aliens are just time travelers? And I don't think that that's too far off to be a concept that could be true because, I mean, you have a government that's kind of guarding it. What if they're working with these time travelers? Maybe we are getting technology and things that we didn't.
100%.
We wouldn't have had on another timeline because we had time travelers come back and help us with
100%
iPhones.
So one thing that if you look at like the Mayans. So you've been to those the temples or the ruins or whatever.
Yeah.
I think in Chichen Itza or someplace, one of those. There's one of the temples, and if you stand in a certain spot and you clap,
and the echoes.
it echoes as a bird.
Yeah. It equates as a certain number, and they based their science off that.
What
number.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying you clap and it hits into it and it comes out as a bird.
Yeah.
Like why?
No, just like a single chirp.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like who taught them that?
Satan.
I don't think they just figured it out. I think time travelers, man.
Or maybe it could just be built a certain way and the trees are behind you and it happens to come off a certain
Are you
frequency.
saying that they weren't smart?
Nah.
No, I'm not
Hervey,
saying that.
I think Hervey watched the Chappelle show or the Chappelle comedy special because he brought up aliens are just humans in the future that left Earth and came back and they're aliens.
Christy brings up the Mandela effect. And so that was one of the things on this. It was talking about a vanishing road. Like you've been down this street, you know this street exists, all that's you've driven down it, and then one day you drive by and that street's not there. And you're like, there was a street here. There used to be a house right here, and now there's nothing there. It's just it's a field. It's not like it just got tore up or whatever.
Right.
Berenstein Bears versus Bernstein Bears.
We've already
all that
done
stuff.
this,
I know
yeah.
we've talked
We've had
about
a whole
it.
episode about it.
But I'm just saying, like, there's got to be something more to it. It's not just you thinking that you jumped realities.
So something that always comes up, and I watched
penis.
going back to a show, Explained on Netflix. Have you ever seen Explained? It's like this small 30-minute like documentaries about different things. And actually this week or last week, it was about time. And they talk about, first off, just the existence of time and our internal clocks and all this other stuff. But then they get into the concept of future, past, present, and time travel and that kind of stuff briefly. But something I always think about is when you think about time travel, you start questioning what's free will versus what's predestined for you, right? Like if there actually is time travelers and there's someone pulling strings or there's things happening and we're on a specific timeline, how much of that is predestined and you're going to go the path you're going to go regardless? And how much of that is you get to make the choices you make?
You mean like the movie The Adjustment Bureau?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's good. Watch
Have
it.
you not seen it?
I don't think so.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, worth watching it. You start talking about like, and I don't know a whole lot about like string theory because it's
String cheese theory?
But you're on this linear pathway, right? You're
Right.
just on this one line, and all your life, like all of our lives, are on this one line. Yeah, I think there's predestination to an extent. We know that we're born and we're going to die.
Okay.
So you're predestined. We are born and we're predestined to die. But I think there's leeway on this path that you can kind of veer off one or two directions, right? But you can't go too far. And it's that moment that you go too far that you cross into something else. How do you do that? I don't know.
Like you turn into an alligator
or you become the alligator version of Chad. Or
I would love to see the alligator version of Chad.
Yeah.
Is he a redhead? Like a red gator?
albino gator.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
it's an albino.
Yeah, it's
like
albino
the one
gator.
Lil Wayne used to have.
So do you think that there's predestination or free will?
I think life is just it's a joke. Nothing matters. You can be as stupid and dumb as you want, but still have like 1 million followers. You can be the king of fucking country and
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
country.
the king of country.
from point A to point B is going to be the same pathway no matter what.
I
But you
think,
have
yeah.
you can vary within a a set realm.
Life's just what you make of it, brother.
I hear life is a highway.
I want to ride it
All night long.
I firmly believe in free will. I don't think anything's predestined. I think that if time travel becomes a thing, or if it already is a thing, I think that you can like have minor adjustments and whatnot, but I still think people make their choices along the way.
How about gifts? You don't think every person has a gift, and in the gift lies their destiny? You don't think
You got to unlock your gift,
I don't understand what you're talking about.
like your superpower. Everybody's got a superpower.
No one's got a
Everybody's got a
superpower.
gift.
I mean,
of
I
some sort.
wasn't talking about that. I was talking about
Are you saying every year we give you the same Christmas gift?
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
And that itself is a gift?
Kill me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Where are you going with this? Very cool.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked about shows and went on to this like string of
String cheese and
crazy shit. What about movies? Any movies that you've seen recently or something that you're excited about? Something that just kind of on this concept of the time and whatnot. I can't think of the name of the movie, but I'm sure you remember. It's on Amazon Prime and it's got Chris Pratt and
The Tomorrow War.
yes.
Very good movie.
Holy shit,
Haven't
that
seen
was
it.
a good movie.
Did you just watch it?
I watched it pretty soon after it came out.
Yeah.
But such a good movie.
I thought it was going to suck. I thought it was going to be like a horrible fucking movie, but god damn it, blew me away.
Because no one was talking about it.
No, it was fucking great.
Yeah, and
shit.
still no one is talking about it. And it was so good.
I want people to watch it.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Your superpower is your tongue.
Yeah, we know that.
Who said that?
We know
Hervey.
that.
There it is. Okay, yeah. I am good at eating pussy.
Oh,
Okay, so no Time to Die is one that we can look forward
I'm
to.
going to see that tomorrow.
Dune, which I don't know a whole lot about, but I'm looking forward to
It's
watching.
a remake. Denis Villeneuve, who did Sicario
Oh, yeah,
1.
that'll probably be good.
And he also did another great movie that no one really talks about, but we'll talk about that some other time.
Free Guy, which you said you watched. I haven't seen yet. The Many Saints of Newark with.
I heard that was garbage.
Oh, really?
I heard if you love The Sopranos, don't watch it.
I haven't really watched The Sopranos.
okay, good to know.
Sopranos?
I didn't love the Sopranos.
Sopranos?
I'll watch it. And see if it's any good.
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
Gabagoo!
And then Venom, Let There Be Carnage. You said that
Great
one's pretty
fucking
good.
movie. Yeah, watch the credits.
Let's see. Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, sorry. Shang-Chi and the
You say
Legends of the
Shanghai?
Shang-Chi?
You fucking racist.
How's that racist?
You said it wrong.
How am I supposed
Research
to
the
know?
way you're supposed to say it.
No, I'm just reading it from the page.
Shang-Chi.
Okay, Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I haven't. I
didn't come out
want to
yet, right?
watch. It's been out. It's been out for like a month. It was the highest rated movie. It beat Black Widow, but Black Widow had that thing with Disney Plus.
Yeah, Black Widow was actually really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed
liked
it. Florence Pugh. Oh my god, I love her.
I'm trying to find anything else that's worth watching that's coming out.
Spider-Man comes out in December.
Yeah.
What else?
Suicide Squad. I didn't care for
I didn't
that
like
one.
it either.
Man,
I liked it.
just
I thought it was really entertaining.
Really
It
didn't
was
like
stupid.
it.
That intro, the opening scene was so
I
fucking.
liked
killed
it
it
better.
for me.
I liked it better than the first one. I'll tell you that.
I saw that. I was done. I was like, no.
I mean, I can't think of any other movies.
I feel like the first one was more enjoyable for me.
Really?
This one was just so much like it was so off the wall. And it was
I
like
think
they
that's
were
the point.
making it a point.
It's the Suicide
be
Squad.
weird.
They're supposed to be. I mean, it's a group of misfits.
I understand the misfit piece, but the first movie had misfits. They weren't just bizarre off the wall characters that
They could have done
can
better.
die in an
Like,
instant.
They could have done better. With that.
Then we've got My Little Pony, A New Generation. Super
fuck?
stoked about that one.
Of course you are. Look at that shirt. I can tell.
The Green Knight, you saw, right?
Yeah, I saw it. It wouldn't be.
Bro, you watched all of these. I haven't watched like any of these movies this year.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of
Crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to find anything else. The Voyeurs, I've heard.
Oh,
good things
yeah.
about.
Watch that. It's so dirty. Oh, just get on Reddit and look up the sex scenes. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, Corks and Cowtown mentioned that.
Yeah,
They said watch it at
Robin
night with
said
your
it.
significant other.
That movie is dirty. Holy shit.
What about the Fast 9 movie? Did you watch that one?
I saw it on bootleg. I didn't want to spend my hard-earned money on that. Honestly, I kind of dozed off to it. They go to space. Ludacris goes to space.
Okay.
Spoiler, but
No
apparently
one,
it
no one
sucked.
cares.
Yeah.
The only other one on this list that I'm looking forward to is the Matrix Resurrections
yeah.
movie.
That
I'm
one-
really,
Yeah, I'm
really
pretty
looking forward to
interested in
that.
it. Yeah.
That's a good. Of course, we talked about like a simulation theory.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good one. Very good one. But Spider-Man's going to be the big one for the Christmas holiday. Spider-Man and the Matrix. Those are the top two.
Cool.
Says
cool.
I. Says I.
So that's basically it. We were going to talk about.
Hey.
Yeah, cool.
Tombstone does
Movies.
not suck, Herbie. Does not.
Okay,
Tombstone's a great.
yeah,
Great
movie.
fucking movie.
Great fucking movie.
Great fucking movie.
All right.
All right.
Now
Okay.
it's your turn, bro.
So, okay. All right. Shh. And now, things that are happening to Javier that really makes him upset, and he wants to talk about them.
That's not how, motherfucker.
I love it. I love it.
You know what? So what was that?
So let's tell those things.
Things that make me upset. Make me want to talk about it. You know what's whatever Jim said?
buttering your biscuits.
Buttering my biscuits. The freak out yesterday for social media being down.
Oh, everybody freaking out?
Everybody freaking out. Like you don't realize you have such a weakness for like inanimate things than when we had it with this. You didn't realize how much you kind of rely on social media. I understand that a lot of our jobs kind of have a lot to do with it because it's self-promotion or promotion for work. But with other things, I think we're relying too far into it. I think we become hindered in life. I know we've talked about it with various guests. I know some of our friends have quit social media, being me for a while.
Yeah,
because
I remember that.
I didn't like seeing what people were posting. It was just like a facade. Whenever you realize it's a facade and there's more to life than just looking at pictures of food or people on top of a mountain. No offense, Chad. I want to see your pictures when you're.
Oh, I'll be
on
taking
your
pictures
trip.
on top of mountains.
Of course, but just the amount of like fakeness in it, and I think us three are guilty of it. I know, like I'll be checking my Reddit profile, I'll be on Instagram checking to see who's posted what. I judge my life on what others post. That was the old me. I mean, I still kind of feel that way now, like a fear of FOMO, but I think we're not helping. This kind of like opened our eyes a little bit. Like, what if everything were to disappear?
You'd be fine.
We would be fine, but it would take time.
Yeah.
I think what's buttering my biscuits is us relying on social media as a crutch and like falling into its. Facebook's it's a scam.
Yeah.
Fucking scheme. It's a fucking web of hate.
Is that what you got?
That's what's buttering my biscuits.
And this was things that are happening to Javier that are really making him upset, and he wants to talk about them.
I love it so much. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, everyone, that's basically going to wrap it up for us. We really appreciate you hanging out with us on episode 65. That was phenomenal. I was right. It was a phenomenal episode, even though Javier messed up the intro. So...
You know what? I wish you could just play that music, the Butter Biscuits, to end it. I think that was really...
It was nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So if you don't already do so, follow us on social media.
Motherfucker. I was looking at you, son of a bitch.
Facebook, Instagram,
Yes,
TikTok.
Christy. We'd all start hanging out together again. Fuck you.
Follow us
Not you,
at
Christy,
The Funky
Chad.
Panther. You can also find us at thefunkypanther.com. We do have merch still available. We got shirts. We've got hats. DM us on Instagram and we'll get that to you. I guess that's it, right? Anything else?
No.
All right. Well, stay good, everyone. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Tim.
And we are
The Funky Panther!
Happy birthday, Cammy.
I gotta check my Facebook.